Okay, so welcome back to your answers to your questions. TSS 6. Okay, about the quality of video. As I already tell, you better download it. If you watch online, it will lower the quality. If you download it full HD 9 to 1920, so it's pretty much the same as you're gonna see it on your screen. Uh, in addition, if I open other web page or games in the keyboard in, if the selection, how I can ensure that it can be detected by TD. Okay, keyboard in will work just if TD active, the main one. So I put here keyboard in and now it's 1. Yeah, so when I press 1, it's triggered. But you see, as long I choose Office active, it's not triggered. So for installation, for setup, usually when you do your TD always active. We will talk a little bit more about it. So for perform, you can again set up always on top, so no other windows, no other windows will come up on the top. Okay, modify in, let's do out. So F1, this is here. So now it's not on the top. If I go here, always on top, F1, you see, so now TD always on top, but it still can be not active. Okay, you can disable borders, but usually, yeah, when you're doing installation, you need to be sure that your TD active and on the top, if you don't want other windows pop. Yeah, the same clarity. What does the environments mean in Python? Environments, it's very useful things. It's pretty much as you will install processing in different folders and use different version of processing. So environments allow me to use different versions of Python with different libraries on one machine without running into conflict between different libraries and different dependencies. For example, if I work with machine learning or AI, usually I need to use like 3.5 or 3.6 version of Python. If I work with OpenCV, I don't know, with TD now, it's 3.7. So to be sure that everything works, I just create different environments and based it on what project I'm working on, I use different environment here. So if we go to Anaconda, it's take a bit time. Okay, we'll show later. What difference between Anaconda and Google Colab? By Anaconda, I think you mean Jupyter Notebook. Jupyter Notebook local works locally on your machine. You don't need internet to work with it. Google Colab, you need internet and you need VPN, yeah, because it's Google service. So that's the difference. Google Colab can also run locally, but you will need to set up environment or your machine first. Why is there an error? Okay, let's see. So string object have no attribute channel. You can see where is the error happened. Line 13. In chop execute 1. We go to line 13, print channel, turn it on, channel index, format channel name, channel index. Channel name, channel index. if channel name key, turn it off. I think the problem because, again, hard to see here, but here I see the dot, here I see the comma, right? So I think that's where the problem, because now it's trying to go channel, object channel, parameter name, and from this parameter name get channel again. But this is string, so problem here. Because you wrote channel name, channel index should be comma channel index. Because when we use format function, yeah, we tell, okay, we have this part and this part we want to replace. And in format we tell, okay, this is the first replacement, this is the second replacement. So line 13, line 13, and yeah, I think it's all the problem because of this. If you try to open Python file in terminal, but it does not show up, so okay, first you can open terminal, and to check if it do you have Python or not, you just type Python, you remember, and it show me, okay, by default Python 3.6, last update version, it's on Anaconda, whatever. Okay, I put exit and I go out from this. So if I want to open file, Python file in terminal, for example, uh, I can go create here a new text document, text Python, so we have file text Python, I open it, okay, I don't want a Visual Studio, I want a Visual Code for example, and just simple ones, print hello, Python works, and let's also do print I can import sys system library, and I can do sys version. I think it should be like this. And here I can go cd Vasily desktop dir. Okay. Ah, and dir. Okay. See, I have text Python here. So if I do like this, nothing happened. Text Py. Right. Oh, it still works. Yeah, because in my case, I think I set up it as executable for Python. Yeah, you see now it's showing me version, but to be sure that it's work, because this scan does not work on your machine, you need to always write Python text py, and you see it's different versions also. If I just run it, by default executables, I have one version of Python, but if I use Python here, it's another version, right? So yeah, here first of all Python, it's not Python, it's Python. It's t60py. Python, you don't need uppercase, and also test, you need to give the, I can write text, it does not have a text, it should be text py, it should be with extension. So no extension, so you see where your problem. Yeah, this one, please review again, even last class for students for answer questions for second grade. I give this answer. That's how Python works. Python, if true, Python does not have brackets to show where is a function or condition or other stars or not. Python uses this syntaxes, but to know after where it's happened, it's need ident. Okay, yeah, because it's not loop. So it's true. This is not true. So this one, it's already outside of the true. So if we talk about processing or C, it's gonna be like this, yeah? So now you say, okay, here I start, here I finished, this is inside. Python use ident to know what's inside and what's belong to which part. This is quite important. I know that basic operator relate to the parameter execute, but I still don't understand why pulling the progress bar can change the export. Okay, when you use parameter execute, you can define what parameter you want it to relate. So for example, I can use movie file in to here, and parameters I can set up, let's use parameter speed. So now parameter execute gonna work when I will change the speed. We can do it on value change, print parameter. Let's do like this test. So now every time I change this parameter execute will run the function on value change, because that's what I tell to this parameter executes. Okay, now you're watching out this operator, this node, and you're watching out the parameter speed. And every time this parameter change, I print here. So it's not change to export, it's just like it's for debug, because basically, yeah, usually we not use it for print value in export, it's just for logging, yeah, to see if it's work or not. But usually you will use, okay, if this parameter change, I want to do something, I want to trigger some event, I want to change something. Why here just print cells? We have many code should write because the cells it's gonna be the object. Here also, you see, I use parameter. It's give me value by default, but parameter is the object. Parameter have name. Now it will write the name. So, or parameter can have index, I think. Usually they, yeah, you see, it have index. So parameter is the object. You remember in processing we talk about classes. But if I just call here parameter, I think this is in TD just make for simplicity, it will give me value by default. The same here. If I just call cells, it will give me value of the cell, but I also can get the name of the cell, index of the cell, position of the cell, and everything what belong to the cell. About me time frame, it starts after I'm writing this code or following the designer time. Me time frame, it's gonna start you can see it's easier because me time frame it's basically it's show me this. You see this is we have 600 frames, it's our timelines, and it just looping here. So me time frame it show the current frame during this timeline, but we have apps time frame. This is apps time, this is object, it will show the absolute time. So this is how many frames after the program started. Python understand better. So studying TDD very seriously, I found that I still have spent a lot of time to get from. Yeah, this is for sure because it's new language for you, and it will take time for you to be flexible and be very confident with it. But it's all will come with practice. The more you use, the more you write. I do not require from you now to know it perfectly. I want you to understand how it's work, how you can use it, how you can find information. If you need something, you Google, you check documentation, right? Type designer have a lot of documentation for each component. You remember, for Python you can find it here. Just press one, this one. What does x double x means? How does 5 become? This is power function in Python. So for example, I can write x equals 5, x, x. So it will set up 5 in. Okay, let's do another one. Y equals 2. So 2 power 2, it will be 4, yeah? You remember this, you can go open calculator, and this is pretty much this one. So I can type, okay, 5 in power 5, it's gonna be 3125. How it's happened? It's gonna be 5 multiplied by 5 multiplied by 5 multiplied by 5 multiplied by 5 times. You remember this is power. Also you can use, I think this is function, if I remember, yeah. So this is power the same. So 5 power 2 25, yeah. 5 multiplied by 5 25, 5 multiplied by 5 3125. So this is just mathematics, it's function. This is one way to write this. This is the second way to write it. That's all. Ah, this is Google Collab. You can check again. I give you a link for this already, or you just can go Google Collab research google.com, or you just Google Collab. Okay, my internet doesn't work well now, so I still did not understand the relationship between Python and TD. I mean, TD have a lot of pre-built nodes and components here that you can easy to use, but Python give you much more flexibility to do small custom things. Something what you really need to do for your project. If you need something not really just out of box. Yeah, this is first 2 4 classes. Yeah, depends of the course. We just gonna learn quite basic introduction of the Python. So you know how to use Python, how to write it. You can read code. And after, yeah, we're gonna go deeper in TD. So I will not need to explain you every time I use Python to do some like custom call, custom operation or logic. So yeah, Python is, yeah, you can call it background language of TD. I mean, text operator is a text. It's safe here. Text port is just like current time. So after if I will close my program, start again, text port have nothing. If I wanna need some file that I wanna run and execute, I save it right in the txt in the text node. How to separate the cell code of CSV table with scripts in a specific row or column and reorder them. Ah, okay, you have table, right? And tables, let's say, have, I can do evaluate, and I can do another table, and here as I did run, I think like this. No. Input cell age, input cell does not have index, age have row, multiply by me, input cell call. What is gonna be call? Me input cell row, me input cell. Okay, this I don't remember. Whatever, we can write. Ah, yeah, I think this is problem. Yeah. So now you see I just kind of generated. So you can use select to select the row you want, and you can use select to select the column you want. So here in table, basically you can open CSV file and it will split like this. or you can open any text file. For example, I can go here again and again, create some text document, and I can write something here. 1, 2, okay. I can use space now, yeah? So I will use space. It's not default to separate columns, but it will work anyway. I will show you. This height, this too big. I can open it here. And now I can use convert. And in convert I can tell. So first I wanna split cell with the empty space. So you see now it will split all cells with empty space. So I use space here. But I can use any other. I can even tell like I wanna split cells with D. So now every time it see D, it will split cell, right? So I can define anything, comma. I do not have comma. So that's how you can convert it and select what you want to select from the other files. Yeah, this video is good. You can rewatch it. Again, as I talk, to watch it clear, please download files. Do not watch online, not in the university platform, not in the Baidu cloud. Anyway, it will lower quality. Yeah, and I agree about time, as I told already. Yeah, it will take time for you to get familiar with Python. Now I want you just to understand how it's work and be ready to use it. And again, what does the space? We go back and talk about its indices. That how we separate, tell Python which line it belong inside of this construction or it does not belong inside of this construction. Yeah, here, because for example in Jupyter Notebook, you can run these cells not in the order, and the number here it changes the current order. So yeah, it's pretty much, it represents the order in which each line of code run. Okay, so this all questions what I got for now from the third grade. Now we go to the second grade. Okay, here it cannot find function on top, so I think I do not see your code here. So this is problem usually cannot find function. You have some problem inside. So we have this parameter execute, but if for example I will mess up here something, that's what it give. Okay, it will give me some problem. But or if I make some change, it cannot find function again. So if you have this problem, cannot find function, but you does this have function, so it means you have some problem with ident or with the code inside. Maybe you did not finish some part of it. Yeah, again, read this download video, watch it. Yeah, here is a function. We'll add change it. We'll add channel here and we'll change the value of this channel. Type which bottom run it. Oh, I really cannot say here anything. I cannot see. And I did not got what's this problem, what is mean. Type. Okay, this is constant. This is how it looks. It's just like new version update. So it does not have pre-built a lot of const. It just have one, and after you can add by pressing plus button. So this is just like a version. If you wanted to see the same as mine, you just download new version of Tag Designer. It have a lot of new features, very good, and it have Python 3.7 support inbuilt. So I suggest you to download also new version. What means for that for bottom off to on while on? I mean, when you use chop execute, for example, you have off to on to off, while off. So this is when it's gonna work. Off to on. So everything what's gonna be inside of off to on function, it will call where the value change from 0 to positive. While on, it will work every frame when value is positive. We just do it simple. Print on. I will while on print now it on. So while on, it will work every frame when value positive. On to off, it will call just once when the value change from positive to 0 or negative. And this one the same. And value change, it will every time value change. So now you see, now it's off, now it's on, and it's very fast. So now I will go here and I will just disable here while on and off. And now you will see, so off, change to 0, on, change to positive, off, change to 0, positive, off, on. So that's what it means. It means what's the value. If I have multiple channels, it will apply to each channel. That's why we can get the channel here. And here, yeah, in channel here, you can select star. It means it will work to all channels. If I have two channels, it will affect both of them. But if I will select one channel, so first one we see its effect, second one it doesn't. So now it will listen just to this channel. By following the video I can catch up to the step, but most of the time I cannot figure out why we should have this step, why we have to open this parameter. I try to explain always what I'm doing. Yeah, some things maybe not so obvious for you. Yeah, I will try my better. When you type something wrong and edit export and after enter, how to delete it? I mean, what you type in text port, you don't need to delete it. Okay, and if I type something wrong, it just tell me, okay, it's error, but after I can still do work with it. So you just ignore it. This is exported just like real time. At video, your LFO and match does not move anytime. Why? You see you have here your TD not active now. Let me set up LFO. Okay, it's not LFO. So now it's run here, or I can run it in negative direction. Okay, it's from a lot of operators, to be honest, it does not work. But on your screenshot, your TD on pause, you press pause. So now nothing work inside of TD. Everything stop because TD does not execute, it's not going to next frame. To make it work back, just press pause, play again. You see here? Yeah, this is represent the channel. So we have two channel here. So this is will be channel 0, this is will be channel 1 if I want to try to access it. I can create another constant and I can write it's gonna be operator constant 2, and here I can write, okay, this is gonna be channel 0, or it could be channel 1. Right, or I can directly, as I told already, specify the name here. So yeah, this is just represents for this channel. Opaque constant parameter value 0 equals constant 1 plus 1. No, you see, so this is line will change the value 19 of this channel, and this is will change the name. It will be const. So here to the channel, to the value of channel, I add 1, but here I just use current channel value. So that's why it will not add 1 more here. So here again I cannot see what's the problem, but you can see, okay, you run it in export, I think, yeah, but you have some, I don't know, error here. Yeah, this is you run in export, so I cannot see really what's the error here. It's non-type. If it's non-type, it means this object does not exist, or you have some wrong path to it. That's all reason. Yeah, you get here O project 1 math 1 channel 1, and you get float of it, and here you convert to string. I don't know what's the problem here. Float not really gonna output to 1 decimal, but it's have some limitation, because when it's output like this, it will convert a little bit. String will convert or number. So here, if you will see in chops, if you work with really big like numbers or very small, when it show you, it will round them a little bit. I don't know why it's also. This is also great for me. Uh, you can check functionality of keyboard. Just go and check this question marks. It will open your documentation about keyboard in, and you will see everything what it means and how you can change. Modifier case, for example, if I have my KL, when I press L, something happened, yeah, but I can set up modifier K, for example, control. So now I need to press Control L, like you know in shortcuts, yeah, in Windows and Mac you have a lot of shortcuts. So control is gonna be modified case. So if I choose this control here, I will need to press Control L to trigger it. I think I do have TD document in the Superstar platform in the university. There it should be everything except this like questions. Yeah, what's the function of this 5? I already talked about it a bit higher. What's wrong with this code? It does not work. Good question, because I cannot really see. Print channel, turn it on, format channel name, return. I don't know if you have this error, if anything wrong. If anything wrong, you always can press here and you can see, okay, now I have error in line 12 with return unexpected ident. Yeah, this is one. Also, text port will also show you. So if you have error and you want to answer for me what's the problem here, I need to see code and I need to see this part. Otherwise I cannot guess even close what's the error here. Okay, check video again. How to control video by controlling the button. We used what? We use few keys to press video, to change speed video, right? This I have no idea what is it about. So this is all for now. You check next week. Additional, you're gonna have homework. I think 1-2 week you will need for this homework. I will give you time. And yeah, let's see your feedback. See you next time.